Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, in today's video, we are going to be reacting to tragic TikTok decor. We're looking at TikTok, we're looking at Instagram, nowhere is safe. And we're gonna be talking about the funny and things that people do in their homes for Christmas time or the holiday season, which I really enjoy. So yeah, let's get going. Don't judge me because I have an iPad, okay? I'm looking at TikTok on an iPad because I couldn't get my phone to work, so don't make fun of me for that. But anyway, let's get going with my giant screen. Let's get going. That one's cute. That one's cute. I wouldn't say, I mean, obviously they're saying they indulge in the junk. It's not all junk. But hey, if you love it, keep it in your home. It's making you happy. That's great. You know me. I still think it's funny that there's someone who's working like an assembly line in China who's like just pumping out these Santa and board shorts. You know what I mean? Like decor that people are putting in their homes. I just love that. I just love the idea that they're probably like, what the hell is this? As they move it along their little conveyor belt in their manufacturing plant. I don't know why, but that makes me laugh. So, you know, it is all, is it junk? I mean, junk implies it's all destined for the landfill. And I don't know, people seem to like hang on to this stuff for a lot of years. Maybe it's not junk. Maybe people keep it in their home for a long time. But like, there's some cheesiness to the holidays. I personally like a more simple stripped down Christmas decorations in my personal opinion, but you know what, people indulge in the stuff and that makes sense. It just means I'm also gonna make fun of it. Do you know what I mean? And that's really what this video is for. Like I went to Costco the other day and they had this 9-foot teddy bear installation. I'm gonna call it an art installation because that's really what it feels like. And look, people are gonna put that in their front yard and they're gonna love it and the kids are gonna love it and that's great. I'm still gonna make fun of it because I think it's really cheesy and corny and stupid, but I love that people love it because it keeps me employed and it makes me laugh. So everybody wins. So yes, it is sort of junky. And if you derive pleasure from it, lady on TikTok, then that's a wonderful thing.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage.
Okay, there's like this trend of like, I feel like there's a trend of how ugly, like the ugly Christmas decor, which I feel like, you know, a lot of people, maybe it's nostalgic because they love going back to the sort of cheesy 90s decor, maybe or 80s decor that they grew up with, where millennials are looking and saying, you know what, we had dough art on our tree, or we had Santas made out of toilet paper roll, you know, those leftover toilet paper rolls, or we had the Christmas tree made out of tuna fish cans. Do you remember? And all those, by the way, all those items, those three, they are all, we had those when I was a kid. Like we had those for sure. And we used them. I don't know. I think it was a time when maybe people bought less crap from Michael's and they made it themselves to varied degrees of success. And so maybe there's this trend of going back to that nostalgia and a less away from like the Nutcrackers, which I always found kind of creepy anyway. But anyway, like move away from those sort of the more traditional fancy sort of decor and going back to cheesy, ugly crap, like truly embracing the cheesiness of the holidays. And again, people are having fun with that. And so I say, go for it. This isn't for me. And that's just because I think ugly is still ugly. So it's fun for 5 minutes, but it's just not something that I would personally, like that would drive me crazy if that was in my room, like in my living room for what feels like 2 months. I swear, like, can we say that now? Like a sixth of the year is basically our homes have Christmas decorations in them, which is just a lot. And if it looks like that, I'm really gonna get sick of it. Also, bonus, maybe negative points for the mushrooms, because you know how I feel about mushrooms. I don't like it as decor and I hate the mushroom trend. And so this is really both of those things combined into one TikTok. So congrats to them on that, but I'm not feeling it myself. First of all, was that my sister's house? I'm not sure, but my sister, because you know I only make fun of 2 people by name on the channel, my mother and my sister Julia, and that's just because, well, I didn't ask for their permission, I just did it anyway, and I didn't ask for any forgiveness, but they know me, they know me. That could have been my sister's house because she has a giant inflatable Olaf that she swears it's the little boy down the street that loves her Olaf, and that's why she keeps it up, but let's be honest, she loves the Olaf. I hate inflatables, but I also love them because again, they're cheesy and they're fun. 26 feet? If it's the size of your house, that's a problem, especially because those were not small houses. You know what I mean? Those are not small, those were huge houses and huge inflatables. That's a lot, that's a huge commitment. How long does it take to even pump that thing up? And like, what if it exploded? Like, it feels, I don't know, like it feels hazardous. I don't know. It's way too big. You only get one inflatable, and that inflatable should be no bigger than a person. And even then, you shouldn't have one. or do, because again, keeps me employed. Okay, there is no new age. There's no new age of blow up decor. There is only blow up decor. And yes, it can be like girly and pink and nutcrackers, which again, although I find, I haven't seen, by the way, any of these. So these are, I'm reacting to them for the first time. I did not know nutcrackers were gonna be in this when I said that a few minutes ago, but I do find them a little bit creepy. And they're no better in inflatable form. In fact, I'm gonna go on record and say confidently that they are worse. These are a miss for me because they're blow up. It's just inflatable things in general are not great. This is the thing. Okay, maybe I've nailed this. Inflatable as decor is never a good idea. I'm gonna put that on record. Inflatable is never a good idea. So if you maybe have an inflatable couch or you have an inflatable side chair, that is also not great. I have made fun of those because I think I have legitimate concerns about inflatable being good as a furniture material. Is it a material? Yes, plastic plus air does not make it for a good couch. It also doesn't really scream durable, timeless, classy. It doesn't. But again, if you have fun with it, keep it in your home. Again, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I also think it's funny that this woman, no offense to her, she seems lovely. I don't know her, but I'm sure she is. But she thinks she stumbled on like the classy, cool version of inflatable decor. Honey, it's inflatable decor. It's still the same thing. So, you know, you just have fun with it with your inflatable nutcracker. Cute. Okay, first of all, can I just say that TikTok on an iPad is actually not a bad idea. I think the boomers are onto something. Maybe we should stop making fun of them. I think we should just switch because it's actually kind of nice. A lot of real estate is what I'm saying. Okay, this one's actually kind of cute. It also makes me nostalgic for a time where we didn't care about climate change and we would just go on drives. Remember Sunday drives? Oh, that was great. Now we're like, oh, the planet. For Christmas light drive, I'll make an exception. Sunday drives just feels excessive, but I would say a drive to go and check out cute Christmas decorations, I will allow because that, the planet understands. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's something about piling the whole family together in a car and going to that neighborhood that you have in town, like that place where like the whole street gets together. I don't know who they are because I don't talk to my neighbors, but those people, and they all get together and go like, we're gonna be the street. We're like the street that we're gonna go and do. Maybe I am on that street. This is my first year in this place, but nobody's told me, so I don't think I need to really commit too much. But anyway, where you're like that street, you're that neighborhood, and you commit to going whole hog. And these people delivered because they built a tunnel full of lights, which is really cool and good for them. I love that for them. It feels like a lot of work, but really cool. And I like that they did it. Some of these, again, are they over the odds? Absolutely. Is it giving me like Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons vibes? Absolutely it is. It's a lot. I'm worried about the power grid. Depends on where you live. Again, we're talking about the environment again, but like it's also the electricity bill that's gonna kill us. But overall, I'm gonna allow it for this because it's super fun and good for you guys for being that street. And we're gonna drive over and enjoy it. So I'm not gonna hate on this one, even though it's obviously like tacky that you have a giant gingerbread man in your front yard. But again, it's cheesy fun, so I'm gonna allow it. Yeah, I agree with whoever made this TikTok. I don't love a theme. You all know that. I've been on record that I don't love a theme. I like when subtlety is at play and not in design and not always just like, let's pick a theme and just like ride it. And Nautical is a theme, and Nautical plus Christmas equals super themey. There's like all those people that just like love Hawaii and are just like, God, I wish I could just live in Hawaii. And so they make all their houses about Hawaii. I'm not speaking to a specific person, but she knows who she is. And you know, they got the shells in the bathroom and they've got like the little magnet on their fridge that are made of flip-flops. You know what I mean? You know that person? I don't name names. Again, only two names, my mom and my sister. But those people exist and they just wish they could live in Hawaii year round, which I get. I was in Hawaii just a couple months ago. It's gorgeous. But, you know, maybe the theme just needs to be parked a little bit. But, you know, if also this particular TikTok touched on something that I also don't care for, which is I love sayings and words on Christmas ornaments as much as I love them on signs year round. So you know I don't love putting kitchen in the kitchen, like a sign with kitchen, or like labeling things like eggs or, you know, funny sayings or quirky things as a substitute for a real personality. Do you know what I'm talking about? So I don't love those. And then doing that on Christmas decorations and then decorating, I don't want to have to read when I go to your house. If I'm reading, you didn't do it right. That's going to be my rule when it comes to your decor. If I have to read, it's probably not a good thing. Unless, a few exceptions, if it's like a real piece of art and there might be some words involved, but for the most part, no. And so what was this one? Jingle shells? Nope. We're combining the two things that I do not care for. So that's a miss for me. I will agree with that TikToker on that one.
I cannot believe some of y'all are decorating for Christmas with minimalist nativity scenes.
That's funny. Minimalists will stop at nothing. Again, I would probably put me on like the minimal, it's not like minimalist max, but everyone loves a label, including me, but like it's true that like we're probably all kind of on that little bit of a spectrum there. I would put myself more towards the minimalist side as opposed to maximalist, but this is too far. This is too far. Some detail around, you know, Jesus is a good idea. I don't think, you really have to use your imagination on like, wait, who's Mary? I mean, we are all able to tell. I mean, to give credit to the minimalist there, I could see where Joseph was and Mary and little baby Jesus there. So they're onto something. But I do think a little bit of detail goes a long way. I think you can be minimalist, like look for Scandi spaces as sort of inspiration. They tend to be a little bit more minimalist, but this is too far. This is too minimalist even for me. Yeah, this one's a miss for me on that one. But it's not inflatable, so you know, points for that. Okay, this one here is a photo that Eden put in. This is too much detail and it's the wrong kind of detail. No, try again on that one. What's that even trying to be? I don't really know. Was that handcrafted? Was that maybe bought at a craft fair? Are craft fairs still a thing? I feel like those were big. I feel like Christmas time, my mom used to drag me to craft fairs and that's where the people that would hand make their what are we gonna call it? They would hand make their Christmas decorations out of whatever they had around the house. So you would find, you know, reindeers that are made out of wool or old socks or something like that. And that was fun for everybody. This looks like this was handmade at a craft fair for sure. In which case I would say back to the old drawing board and try again.
If there's one thing that Australians suck at, it's decorating for Christmas. I mean, like, what is this? And it's everywhere. It's always the Monterey pine with the strings and the flair. No. Or it goes into this territory, but they don't do it great. I want to see this. Or this. Not this. If you don't like red, try blue. Again, blue. For all the people who are like, where's the color? I know you can't use color effectively. Like, this is an effective use of color. Not this. I know you think this is doing something, but it's not. Also, enough with the Scandi stick trees. We're done. It's over. No. Even chuck some fruit on it. Think foliage, branches, skinny ribbon. If you want girly, no worries. Do crushed velvet pink.
I do agree. So Louie, I actually do follow him on TikTok. I didn't know she included this, but we follow each other. I think we've chatted a little bit. And he's very funny. And he's down in Australia there where I always think Australia is really funny around Christmas, of course, because, you know, it's their summer. And so I always find it really funny when they have like a flocked Christmas tree or something. It's like, I mean, it's also stupid. We have a flocked Christmas tree in our living rooms too, because obviously it's not snowing inside. So I guess that's kind of dumb. But at least it makes a little bit more sense when it's like, you know, 0 degrees outside. Not Fahrenheit. I'm in Canada, so I use Celsius. You know, that makes sense to me. But I would still say that I agree with most of the sentiment. Some of those trees are pretty boring. I do like his take on the Scandi minimalist trees, which I love a lot of Scandinavian design. I do think some of those are a little Spartan for me, and it's a little bit like, okay, we could use a little bit more than just that one stick. Again, it's kind of like what was the other one? The Grinch tree with like the little sagging top. It's almost like that cheesy like 90s decor being brought back again that I'm not really a big fan of. Trees are difficult, I think, sometimes. Like, you don't want to like overstuff them, because some of the trees I think he had on display, even the ones he liked, to me were a little overstuffed. I like mine a little bit more pared down so you can actually see the tree. I think if you can't see the tree, that's when you know you've put too much stuff on. That's a good rule. Too much stuff on the tree where you can't see green anymore, it's time to pull some of that off and maybe repurpose it in other areas of the room. But some of those were a little too minimal. It's a Goldilocks situation, because if you've got too much or not enough and it starts to just look like you chucked a tree in the middle of the corner and you didn't even decorate it, then that's not a Christmas tree. So some of those I would agree with. He seemed to like a lot of bows, which I'm not mad at necessarily, but he seemed to like a lot of bows on the trees, which I think is fine. Fruit, yeah, chuck some fruit on there. I agree with that. I would assume you gotta be careful about like I would just like stick fresh fruit or something, because that's gotta be a bug situation that you need to be careful of. But overall, I agree with the sentiment a lot. I wouldn't say Australians. I'm not gonna paint the entire country. He is Australian, so he apparently can say it. I won't say the whole country doesn't know how to do Christmas. I've never been to Australia. I'd love to go, and I probably wouldn't go at Christmas time. No, but would I? No, probably not. But you know, I would say that, you know, it's a challenging time because a lot of the themes and stuff are very wintry, and it's just not your winter. So you're just gonna have to make it work for yourself. You know, maybe those Hawaiian themed seashell things that we talked about earlier, maybe those will work for you. Maybe give that a go. Probably not. Am I speechless? Has that ever happened to me ever on this channel before? We were just talking about minimalists. Sometimes a little bit of detail matters. This was obviously an attempt at minimalism that didn't go well. If you do not know what the joke is, in the risk of being demonetized here on YouTube, and I'm not going to tell you, but someone in the comment section will. So if you are unaware, feel free to, first of all, you're so innocent and adorable, and I love that for you. You don't know, and that's okay. Someone will enlighten you in the comment section, but I will say that it's a good but not great attempt from the Parisians at a minimalist Christmas tree. Try again next time, but with a little bit more detail that really hits home that this is a tree, an actual tree. Let's move on.
Then you know it's Christmas when the snow starts to fall. Then you know it's Christmas for the children above.
If that's all in one house, this girl really likes Christmas. I love that for her. I think it's cute. I think what she's done is very traditional. It's very homey. There's some cheap, you know, like the Santa mug, which I think my mom has one of those too. I feel like my mom has everything. Like you can imagine it. Like if HomeSense has put it out in the last 30 years, my mom has it at home. Like honestly, she has got a lot of stuff, and she holds on to it forever. Of course she does. This girl has definitely bought into more of the maximalist I love Christmas approach. This is the person that is excited in September when Costco starts bringing out their Christmas stuff. You know that time of year at Christmas when Costco still is doing all their like sunscreens on clearance and their barbecue stuff, but they've also got their Halloween stuff in, and they've also got their Christmas stuff coming in. Like it's that weird mid-September area of Costco where you're just in that 2 aisles. There's a lot going on. This is the person that's really, really, really excited for that moment because she's like, yes, I get to start doing Christmas. This is the November 1st person. This is the person that does the Mariah Carey memes, you know, mid-October because she's that excited. And I love that for her. I love Christmas too. It's my favorite holiday. I do love the holidays. I really do. I'm gonna be spending it this year in Glasgow, which I'm really excited about. Amsterdam for one night, then in Glasgow. Super excited. If you see me, say hello because I'll be in Glasgow from the 21st to like early in the new year. Really super excited for that. Excited for a British Christmas. And, but this girl really loves it. And I love that for her. I do think that's a lot of work for me. And so I'm probably not gonna do it because I like it, but I don't love it that much. She incorporated a little bit of cheesy elements, but I'll allow it because, you know, it looked cute. You should not do this at all. Do not attempt real fire outside of a fireplace. And even then those are maybe a fire hazard depending on your situation. But like, you know what I mean? But like don't do like candles and fireplace, like where they're allowed, but do not do it on your tree. First of all, also, I hate the tinsel trend. I hate the tinsel trend. People are bringing back tinsel. Tinsel is all that nostalgic Christmas thing we talked about before, but I hate tinsel. Personally, I don't think it makes the tree look good. I'm just gonna say it. I really don't love it for its fire hazard properties when real candles are added to the tree. And great, she's got a bucket. I like that little note. Don't worry, you've got a bucket. I'm like, a bucket? You better have like 3 fire extinguishers pointed at that thing at all times. And I mean at all times. What are you supposed to, can someone enlighten me that has done this? Maybe you did this back in like 1962 and you wanna enlighten me because I don't understand. Okay, you do it once, we all sit and watch the tree. It didn't go up in flames, which is a miracle. That is a Christmas miracle right then. But now what are we supposed to do? Go have dinner and leave? We can't leave this tree tree unsupervised. Not only would you have to blow out all the candles every time, but every time you leave the room, like I wouldn't go to the bathroom with this thing because you know you're gonna come back and your whole living room's engulfed in flames. That's not fun for anybody. So I think that you just shouldn't do this. We invented electricity, and that's a great thing. I think we're big fans of electricity. The light bulbs now are really good. And so I would advise him to swap this out. I don't think when it comes to bang for your buck, I don't think this is doing it for you. Could it be beautiful? Sure. It doesn't matter though when it's engulfed in flames. So I would not do real candles and stick to just regular light bulbs. I personally choose white bulbs because you know I would choose only white bulbs rather than all like the Technicolor and all the different colored ones, but that's just my preference because you probably expected that. But I would still say that real candles is lower on the priority list than multiple lighting colors happening on the tree because of just the fire hazard. Don't do it. Did you really need me to explain that to you though? Aw, did you really think it was cute though? That's my question initially. I mean, I guess so. You just went around the railing, you ran around the top, and that's adorable. You know, you did a good job. And I think you should be proud of what you did. I would argue the neighbors went a little overkill. So don't feel bad about your sad string of lights there. I think you did a great job with your cute little balcony. So that's fine. The neighbor went a little bit overkill, I do think. But you know what's also really great? I think when you live in an apartment, sometimes with the lights, it's oftentimes not, yes, it's about what it looks like from the outside, but it's also what it looks like from the inside, right? If you're inside and you're looking out and you see your little beautiful lights out there, your little sad little string of red lights there, I think it's cute because it's like, it makes your inside experience better. You know what I mean? Like it adds to the backdrop of your space. So good for you for attempting. Do I think it's a little bit sad? Yes, in comparison. Does it make for a cute TikTok? Yes, it does. But don't ever feel bad about your one string of lights. You know what? You know who should be embarrassed? Those neighbors that put nothing up at all. Unless they don't celebrate Christmas, in which case, of course, that's fine. Okay, so that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'm gonna link here to my Christmas decorating mistakes, holiday decorating mistakes that I did before, because it's just a lot of fun. I did this one a couple of years ago, I guess, and people really love that video. So if you like this one, you'll probably like that one too. No matter what you celebrate, if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you do, I don't know, whatever you enjoy, you just have a wonderful holiday season no matter what it is. And of course, I'll be doing more Christmas content, holiday content as we get going towards the end of the year here. See you all in the next video. Thanks, bye.